Features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all features, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. Have we an incredible guest and an amazing movie in store just for you? But first, the formalities. I am your host, Vincent. With me over to this side is the tiny princess of the manor, the terribly wonderful, though sometimes mainly terrible, Miss Tangela. And over to this side, where in God's name is Livingston?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Van Dahl, but Mr. Livingston rang to say he's running a wee bit late.
And why would that be, Miss O'Connor?
He says the guest flight may have been delayed.
Very good, thank you. It would seem that our guest will be slightly delayed. No matter, because with a guest as famous and as wonderful as the one joining us tonight, he'll more than make up for a few lost minutes with his charming disposition, storytelling skills, and insightful comments about our film. For this evening, we shall be joined by none other than Captain Jack Sparrow himself, Mr. Johnny Depp. No, you may not conscript Mr. Depp into joining your pirate brigade in order to raid one of the yachts moored in the harbor. Mr. Depp is an accomplished thespian and hasn't the time to plunder. He'll be far too occupied watching tonight's film with us, which is Killdozer from 1974. This is a fabulous film we screened a few years back about a bulldozer that kills and seems to be possessed by a demon.
I'm sorry to barge in again, sir, but Mr. Livingston rang again.
And?
He says that Mr. Depp was not on the flight when it arrived, and it would appear he was never booked for the trip either.
That's rather implausible, my dear. I made the arrangements myself with his girlfriend's sister's dentist's hairdresser. This is most preposterous. I take it he's on his way home?
No, sir. He decided to stay in town for some supper.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mrs. O'Connor. Well, it would appear that in one fell swoop, I've been expropriated of both my very special guest and the butler who would have filled in for him. Oh, yes, in fact, you would make a wonderful guest, if I could ever get you to speak in front of the bloody camera, love. In any case, don't go away, for it is to be another night of Johnny Deppless fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. You know, Tangela, had I not been bickering with you during the introduction, I could have watched Lawrence Welk on Channel 7. Oh, you've got your noisemaker thing. You know, she does that now and then. When she won't speak, show me this thing. Oh, it's a cat sound maker. Anyways, no Lawrence Welk for me tonight. Welcome to the show. We've got a fun one tonight, or we did have a fun one in store, but something went awry. No, well, I booked Johnny Depp, and it turns out that I did not book Johnny Depp. I just talked to his friend's sister's aunt's hairdresser, which did not work out well. And then Mr. Livingston decided to stay in the city because he was there and he wanted supper. He got a bit peckish. So it's just, I think, going to be you and I tonight. She wanted to be the guest, but I told her she had to speak and she won't speak. So now you're going to use mouse talk? She's terrible. Anyways, Killdozer. All right, so we've shown this film once before. This is a slightly better version. And it's a fun film. It's about a dozer that kills, right? That's all I can say about this film. But it's like an alien demon possession of a piece of hardware. And it's a fun film, right? I mean, that's something you would do. If she died, she would come back as a bulldozer and run over people. This is what you do in the tourist district with your automobile. She runs over the tourists. So imagine if she had like a bulldozer as a body. Yeah, she's kind of like a bulldozer though, because she like knocks things over all the time. No, you're like a hit and run accident. It's terrible. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and start this film, and when we come back, Tangela will have something interesting. I have no idea what, but I'm sure we shall all be amused. See you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear that I have been tasked yet again to deliver another plea intended to separate you from your hard-earned money. This program now has its own channel and associated apps that allow you to watch the entire Creature Features library and much more. Entitled Creature Features TV, this is a system that works much like Netflix or Hulu. Besides early access to all the new Creature Features episodes, you'll also have access to many other offerings and some archival episodes of the original show with Mr. Bob Wilkins. You'll also have exclusive access to a new Creature Features show that will be introduced soon and will not be available anywhere else. Your generous but modest monthly subscription fee will also greatly assist in the continued production of the show, so there's that as well. Miss Tangela has asked me to inform you that if you subscribe to Creature Features TV, she will be sure to create more dancing videos just for you. I think not. So please visit www.creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. Thank you for your time.
Welcome back. We are watching Killdozer with Tiny, Tangela's new dog. You know, he's not that tiny. You told me you were going to get a small dog. She said she was going to get a tiny dog named Tiny, and he's a golden doodle, you said? What makes him so doodly? Well, he's a golden doodle named Tiny, and he's a sweet, sweet boy. I'm going to keep this one for myself. No, I am. I'm going to keep this dog. Anyways, back to you with the dog. And as far as you guys go, the movie, what do you think? It's not bad, right? I mean, nothing very good has happened yet, right? You're not even watching the movie. You're playing with the dog, giving him treats. But give me something good about this film, Tom. Who was in it?
Clint Walker.
Clint Walker. And he was famous because he was like a cowboy. Cheyenne. So that's a big thing because that was a famous show back in the 60s, if I recall.
That's correct.
And now he's doing Killdozer things. And, I think he was better off being a construction guy doing Killdozer stuff because, Cheyenne, what did he do? He shot bad guys, right?
That's right.
Oh, well. Anyways, we're going to get back to the film, and Tangela's going to get back to this silly dog of hers, and we will be back soon with letters. Don't go away. It's going to be fun. Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, we have no guest. Mr. Depp couldn't make it tonight. However, we're running a wonderful film called Killdozer, 1974. So if you're just arriving, stick around. We haven't gotten to the best parts yet. You're lucky. But for now, we're going to do some mail. And since I do not have Mr. Livingston, Mrs. O'Connor, our housekeeper, is going to stand in. Thank you, love.
Anything I can do to help?
What do you got?
Oh, 3 letters actually today.
Right.
Scott McGregor.
McGregor. Oh, give me McGregor. Give me McGregor. Right, all right, let's do McGregor. And he's from Sacramento, California.
Yep.
Have you ever been?
No, is it nice?
It's hot.
Oh,
It's
so no,
too,
I won't go.
No, it's a beautiful place, but it's just far too hot for me. My goodness.
I don't like hot things.
Either this man has wonderful handwriting or he used a machine to do this. All right. He goes, Creature Features, I have a great idea as a revenue source for your channel, which, by the way, I very much enjoy. You could start a raffle, $10 or whatever you guys decide a ticket. The reward, win a date with Tangela. I think that would be a nightmare, don't you?
Depends on the kind of date he's looking for.
No, well, no, I've seen her blow up the loo in fine dining establishments. Can you imagine that? But can you imagine paying the bill for not only the food that she ate, but for the exploded toilet?
I don't really go to many fine dining establishments, but I'd be annoyed if I had to clean up an exploded toilet.
No. Be sure that you're going to be seeing that soon. All right, win a date with Tangela. So the winner or winners can win a date with Tangela to her favorite restaurant, etc. But also needs to be mentioned the date will be chaperoned by Livingston or whomever. So, of course, no one gets funny ideas. The date could be taped and shown on your program as a fill-in piece. Anyway, that's my $1 million idea. I hope you guys can use it. Kindly, Scott McGregor in Sacramento, California. Well, that would be a wonderful idea for any other program and any other young woman. But she would end up killing the poor lad or lass who won that date. So I think
$1 million idea turned into $1 million lawsuit.
$1 million lawsuit. You're right. All right, what do we got next?
Quinn O'Shaughnessy. She's from Kearney.
O'Shaughnessy. Kearney? Where is this?
I don't know.
That's in the U.S., right?
I think so. It's not Nevada.
No. Nevada. It could be Nevada. Kearney. All right, we're going to find out. Oh, look. There's gifts. All right, I'm going to take the letter and give you the gifts. She's got a pouty. Oh, my goodness. American cash. Look.
Oh!
20 American dollar. That's almost 19 quid. All right, let's see. This starts here. Dear Creature Feature people, hello. I found you guys on YouTube. Been watching your movies. I was just wondering, though, if Vincent would stop wearing black and maybe one day surprise us by wearing brighter colors for once. On some special holidays, I do wear other things than black. But, I'm the Prince of Darkness. That's my official... I own the domain, so I am the Prince of Darkness, and it's not darkness like devil stuff. It's darkness because I wear dark clothes.
Well,
you wear dark clothes.
Well, that's because you gave me the uniform, sir.
Right, but you could be the Princess of Darkness, but that would imply some naughtiness on my part. We'll skip that. And maybe Miss Tangela could wear soft shades of pastel. You do. She does wear. Show your vest. That's like a soft pastel, right? No.
She's got other things that have colours, though.
Right, no, but I think our writer needs to get some glasses, maybe. And Mr. Livingston, maybe a colourful bow tie or regular tie with lots of bright colours. I think this person just wants to brighten up the world. That's all they're up to. And just once, it would be nice to see Handrew, the hand that draws, in a nice suit. I've seen Andrew in a suit. He was off to a funeral.
Oh, who died?
No, it's sad. So anytime I see Andrew in a suit, I think of the time in the funeral. I don't know who died, but I think it was like the neighbor's son's sister or something like that. I don't know.
Sad to see Leslie go.
Right. Anyway, you guys are fun. Your show is fun, and your interviews with your guests are interesting and sometimes pretty entertaining. Thanks for making these movies more fun to watch. How you guys present them. P.S. I made each of you a little gift. That would be what she's holding up now. For Tangela, a spider. Nice. T. For Vincent, a bat. Oh, I like that. You know, the V should have been the other direction, though, to go with the wings. And for Livingston, an owl, because he's wise, I assume. And for Andrew, a ghost, because he'll probably be dead soon because of Tangela, I assume. Thank you for the money, kind sir, and the gifts. And we hope things are wonderful in what we presume to be Nevada. Last letter?
Frank.
Frank.
From New Boston, New Hampshire.
You know, he's probably quite honest because he's Frank, right?
He's Frank.
Right. No, it's good.
I've only met a few Franks in my life, but I like them.
Oh, no, I recognize this. So we'll bring this up in a moment. But the letter... Who taught this man how to fold a letter? Look at this. You know, it looks like he was going to stick this on somebody's windshield wiper on the automobile. Right.
Does look a little bit like a summons.
Right. Hello, Creature Features from the East Coast. This is from Frank Bellici. And he goes, hello from the East Coast. Love your show, full of interesting guests. Typical movies for this type of program. And best of all, the three of you. I am not a native East Coast resident, but I'm a transplant, was born and grew up in San Francisco Bay Area. Many a time I spent in the 70s watching Bob Wilkins on Friday night and twice on Saturday. It is not mentioned often that Bob had hosted two completely different shows on two channels on Saturday nights. No, we know about the Sacramento show, and it was, it wasn't called anything. I think, what was it called? Just Bob Wilkins show?
Creature.
Oh, it was called Creature Features.
It was called Bob Wilkins Horror.
All right,
Show.
right. I also watch Captain Cosmic Show Monday through Friday. Enclosed is a picture of my original Captain Cosmic decoder card. Well, no, actually the front. That's the front, right? Right, that's the official front, and the back is the decoder pop. And let's see, which I've kept in mint condition for all these decades. There's a piece of information about the original Creature Feature shows that I've tried for years to research, but to no avail. Hopefully you can help retrieve the information. At Halloween time, Bob would have a special rendition of an old holiday song titled The 12 Days of Halloween. I can only remember 3 of the days: 5 horror films, 2 mummies, and a werewolf in a dead tree. It would be great to retrieve the rest of the song. Do you know anything about this, Tom?
I have a copy of it.
You have a copy of the song?
I do.
All right. Can we get a copy to Frank?
We sure can.
All right,
That'd
we're
be
gonna.
lovely, that would.
No, wouldn't
I'd
that be
like to hear.
nice?
It sounds really nice, actually.
You would sing it? Maybe we could have Mrs.
5
O'Connor.
zombies, right?
It was 5 horror films, 2 mummies, and a werewolf in a dead tree.
5 horror. Yeah.
Yeah, she has a lovely singing voice. So does Tangela, but you'll never hear it. All right, that it?
Seems to be yes.
That is it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, go to hellocreaturefeatures.com. It's a little website where you go and it tells you how to send us mail in the post, or how to send us mail by email, or how to send large sums of cash through an electronic bank transfer if you are so inclined. I don't think anybody's going to do that, though. But the 20 that we got was nice, so send us more 20s, so that'd be great. Let's get back to family night, and we come back. I think we're going to bring Andrew out because she's a bit peevish right now. We'll have Andrew on the next one. See you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. I've been joined by Andrew, and you have your hat thing.
I found it.
That's very nice.
Somebody threw it away or
Oh,
tried to
do
throw
you
it
plan to keep it on? You look like Angus Young.
Yes.
That's nice. Anyways, Killdozer, you like this film, right?
I like this film.
Did you know that this film, which contains a Killdozer, was made famous and into cult-like status by Conan O'Brien mentioning it on his show, and then Beavis and Butthead also mentioned it on their program. It's fun. What's that dog got? What has he got? Hey, come here. What do you got? You got one of Tangela's toys again? Oh my goodness. No, you cannot eat corpses. Here, go bring this back to Tangela. Go. Be gone. Be gone. Off you go. Off you go. No. Tangela, take it to her upstairs. My goodness.
She needs to bury those things deeper.
I've got two problems with this program. One is that we have children, Tangela, and two, she's got animals. You know, that's what they say about Hollywood. Never have anyone do children and pets.
John told us that.
That's right. What is that ghastly sound?
It's Tracy the plumber.
Tracy the plumber's making all that racket.
Working on the top toilets.
Well, you know very well that you're supposed to have her work on the weekdays when we don't have a show going on. Why is this an emergency call?
Kind of.
So I'm paying overtime as well.
Kind of.
I hope it's for a toilet, not for something silly like a spigot.
Kind of.
You know, Andrew, when I hired you, I was told you had extensive plumbing skills.
I do.
And it seems like every time we have the smallest leak in the smallest spigot, you call out Tracy the plumber to tend to it.
Well, that's a skill. I pick up the phone, take care of the problem.
No, I just think you like looking at Tracy the plumber. That's my theory.
Mm.
All right. How's everything going here?
Well, today pretty good. I haven't been yelled at because old Captain Stuffy Pants isn't around.
Well, you know, we had to send him off to pick up Johnny Depp, who had no idea he was supposed to be on the show. So.
Yeah, and if I had known that, I would have dug up my pirate costume because it's a shame that that check that would have gone to Johnny is going to waste. I mean,
you know, he likes impersonating other people. There was a time that you did the Svengoolie thing. You actually looked like Svengoolie when you did the whole outfit. We'll put a picture up of the Svengoolie thing. But you would never look anything like Captain Jack Black.
I didn't say I would look like him. I could be a pirate like.
But you would expect the same amount of money.
Why not?
This is getting silly. All right. Thank you, Andrew. And we're going to get back to Killdozer. And don't forget to watch for the part where... Hit and run again. We'll see you at the next break.
Just wanted to let you know that you're doing a fine and dandy job here. I appreciate all the creature features that are happening in this neck of the woods in the neighborhood of town. But you guys would really kick in some points up there in the creature feature world. So I really think you guys deserve all the credit that you're getting. So you rock on with the creature feature, and you do the best you can because I think you're doing a great job.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned.
So, Tracy the plumber, where do you get your hair done?
Oh, I didn't get it done today. That's why the hat.
You know, I didn't get mine done either, and I think I need a hat. Perhaps I can borrow yours at some point. Welcome back to the show. We are joined by Tracy the plumber, mostly to get her to stop banging on pipes and interrupting our program. How you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah?
Busy.
What's going on upstairs that requires all this noise making?
Well, on the 3rd floor, there's been some weird noises when the toilet flushed.
Yes, I've heard them.
Yes. And somehow magically, Tangela had plumbed this into the system.
That?
Yes, this.
I thought it was a ghost.
No, every time the toilet flushed.
And here I thought it was the spirit of old man Polter complaining because we were using his loo.
No. She's an engineer of toilets and you didn't know it.
You know, she's actually quite talented. If she applied her skills for good and not evil, the world would be a much better place.
Yes.
But I suppose, you've got the whole yin and yang thing, and I'm sure she's more yang than
Yeah,
yin.
we could achieve world peace.
Right. So for our viewers who did not meet you on your prior appearances, you're a plumber.
I'm a plumber.
You're like a lady plumber, which we don't see too often.
Yes, a skateboarding plumber.
And you seem to be the only plumber that Andrew seems to call in
Yes.
for help.
Yes. Odd.
Yeah, he allegedly is a skilled plumber himself, and I'm still confused as to why.
I've seen him work in the bathroom on some stuff, and he wasn't that skilled.
He's not that skilled. Do you think perhaps it's a ruse so that he can call you out more often?
It could be a ruse. Yep.
I notice you wear like a single jumpsuit type thing. So there's none of this, how do I put this delicately, plumber's crack going on?
No, I don't have a plumber's crack. No. Purposely, that's why I wear the one piece.
Right. No,
I don't
it's
want
clever. I think it should be a
creepy man.
law. It's good.
OSHA should require this.
So how's the plumbing business?
Very busy, but doing good.
Pipes always break.
Pipe always breaks.
Toilets always plug.
People always put stuff down toilets, and so
Why
I
do
stay
they do
busy.
this?
I have no idea, especially kids.
I mean, there's only really 2 things, maybe 3, that should go down the toilet, right?
Yes.
And we won't discuss that. However, tell me about some of the oddities you found.
Legos.
Well, I used to flush Legos down the loo as well when I was young, but that was only because it was that one silly piece I never used.
Yes. Drugs.
Oh, well, that's no good. But that does not plug up unless they put too many, right?
That would be the problem.
All right. Anything else?
One time I found like some lighters someone put down there. I don't
A
know
lighter?
what they were doing.
In this house? No, that's
No comment.
I could see that happening here. All right. Well, thank you, Tracy, for coming down and discontinuing the hammering. Do you suppose that are you done upstairs?
I am done upstairs.
All right. So perhaps when you drive away, you could do it quietly so that it does not interrupt our program, right?
Yep.
And thanks for coming.
Uh-huh.
As for the rest of you, we're going to get back to Killdozer, and then when we come back, we're going to have something interesting. I don't know what, but we'll see. See you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
I don't know where Vince hides his money. Don't know! Why don't you torture Livingston? I'm sure he knows where it's at. No!
Tangela, do you know that... Tangela, did you know that this film was shot in Indian Dunes in Valencia, California. It's not on a desert isle. It's in Valencia. And you know that the audio man does not like it when you pop those things because it makes his microphones go boom. What are the facts? Welcome back to the show. I'm just I found these facts on IMDb about this film. And an interesting thing, there's a band in Wisconsin that named themselves Killdozer because of this film. Can you believe that? You do believe that. I didn't believe it. What else we got? In the short story that the movie was based on, the Dozer was a Caterpillar Model D7. You know, I know we have a lot of bulldozer people who watch this show, and that's important information to them. And then Marvel Comics published an illustrated adaptation in Worlds Unknown on this story. You know, this is like talking to a wall. And the poor housekeeper, she's been submitted to this mess. All right, let's get back to the film because the sound of her doing this is irritating me. And when we come back, I'll hopefully have something much more interesting to tell you about. What in God's name? No, what kind of...
Holy Mother of God!
You broke my glasses. And that ends Killdozer. Can you imagine being able to kill a Killdozer simply by driving it into a pit and sucking all the energy out? I mean, do they have films like this in Ireland, Miss O'Connor?
I don't know. I'm not really a big horror fan.
I could see you watching Downton Abbey.
Don't talk to me about Downton Abbey. I have so many problems with it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You like Downton Abbey, don't you? Yeah. She would be one of the upper class snobs. Anyway, it's not a bad movie. We will show it again in 2.5 years like we did this time. You know, last time we showed it, we had this fun thing where Andrew smashed your doll with a bulldozer. Remember that? No, I know. But you know, that doll was creepy. And I'm somewhat rather pleased that he eliminated this. She's got all these creepy dolls. You know, she's not brought them out.
So many creepy dolls.
You've had to dust them.
I dust them all the time.
Right.
And they keep getting dustier. And
Right.
I swear, she moves them on me.
No, I think they move themselves. I've been in there and I've seen their heads rotate.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Right. Anyways, I think that's it for us this week. Do you have anything that we should add to this whole fiasco?
Perhaps stop giving Tangela explosives?
You know, she does make a mess, but this is safe explosives. You should see when she makes the real stuff. You haven't seen that yet. You will soon. All right, that's it for us. We want to thank you very much for coming and watching our show instead of watching Lawrence Welk. I'm sad that I missed that. But you watched our show, and for that reason, we love you. We will see you next week with a different guest, different movie, and not Johnny Depp, I assume. Oh well. See you next time. So, Mrs. O'Connor, I know there's a bit of a mess here, but you know things tend to settle down after 6 or 9 months with her.
I hope to not be here in 6 to 9 months.